Welcome back. For more than 50 years, AARP has been committed to community service and to making a difference, not just in the lives of those 50 and older, but in the communities in which they live. One way AARP volunteers make a difference is through the AARP Driver Safety Program. Take a look.
Norman Haupt recognized his driving habits were changing.
I've noticed I've become a little more reckless, and I need to slow down.
He'd taken the AARP driver safety course in the past and decided it was time for a refresher.
I found that it sort of cooled me down so that I drove better and more politely and more within the traffic laws.
Haupt is one of more than 700 South Dakotans who participate in the course each year.
I think the people who enroll have a desire to learn and probably to make themselves a safer driver. And maybe they've been encouraged by family members that see some driving habits that could be changed and should be changed, and maybe they're hoping that can come about through a class such as this.
Roger Schaefer is one of dozens of volunteer driver safety program instructors across the state.
Immediately, we have lots of us that have been driving for more than 50 years.
AARP volunteers have been providing driver improvement education for more than 40 years, offering drivers 50 and older an opportunity to brush up on their skills, changes to the rules of the road, and age-related changes.
There's things such as your vision, your hearing, and the vision thing is it can be a number of little things. It might be your peripheral vision, it might be your ability to judge how far away a vehicle is from me, your depth perception. All of those are things that I think I've experienced changes in my vision as I've aged, and I think that's certainly part of the factor. The changes in our body as we age. Maybe we're taking more medications, and if we are, what is the effect of those medications upon our ability to drive and drive safely?
At this age, our reaction times are not as quick, and we tend to think slower or not pay attention enough as we might have when we were in the middle age. So I think it's good to be reminded of what's right and what's safe.
In a recent self-assessment survey of AARP Driver Safety Program participants, 4 out of 5 reported changing their driving habits after completing the course.
The first time I took the course, there was one thing I did change, was when you turn onto a street, turn to the inside, then go to the outside if you desire to be on the outside. And that was one thing that I knew it, but it made me aware of it.
Schaefer believes that makes the road safer for everyone.
You've changed the driving habits and the driving behaviors, and you've made people aware. And if you save a life or 2 lives or 3 lives, whatever that amounts to over the course of years, think of the benefit and the benefits to society if we learn to drive more safely.
Lenny Healy, Associate State Director for Outreach and Service, joins us once again, along with our Driver Safety Program Coordinator for the state of South Dakota, Doris Ann Werlinger, to talk just a little bit more about these 2 really great volunteer programs that AARP works with. Doris Ann, we'll start with you. Talk just a little bit about what it takes to become a driver safety program instructor.
Our volunteers for the driver safety instructor program need to go through our class to begin with. Then, if they're interested, they fill out an application. We do a little interview with them, and then we have our chief trainer, which is Dave Gretsch from Rapid City, do the training for them, and it's usually a 6-hour course. And they go through the instructor's manual, and then they are ready to teach a class. And it's usually with someone so they can help them out if they need help.
And what kind of resources are available to those instructors as they're getting ready to hold their classes?
Oh, they get all sorts of items. They get things from the national office, they get their instructor manual, they get the books that go along with it, and then they have books that they hand out for workbooks to the participants in their class.
Okay, so a lot of great resources to help
Yes.
support them in what they do. And I know a lot of people, when they're asked to volunteer, they want to know what the time commitment is. What do you expect out of the driver safety instructors?
Well, I expect them to at least do 1 class a year and that's usually 25 people if they're available. But if they want to do 2 classes, that's all right too.
Okay, so whatever they make of it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what do you think about the program? What do you think the instructors get out of participating?
I think they enjoy it because they get to meet all sorts of different people across the state of South Dakota as well as the United States.
Okay, thank you very much, Doris Ann.
Thank you.
And another way that AARP volunteers are making a difference is through the AARP Tax Aid program.
For many, having their taxes done can be a source of anxiety. But AARP Foundation Tax Aid volunteers work to put taxpayers at ease. Tax Aid is the nation's largest free, volunteer-run tax preparation and assistance service. It is available to low and moderate income taxpayers of all ages, with special attention to people age 60 and older.
I admire the program personally because it serves the community so very well. It's geared towards low and middle income folks, all ages. So not only is AARP helping to serve the elderly.
AARP Tax Aid volunteers are IRS trained and certified and ready to handle a variety of returns.
This is an important feature. It's fine to have your taxes done for free. However, if you can't be sure they're done right, then that's another issue. So we do them right, and we're well qualified.
Jasky says clients come back year after year because they appreciate the service.
I believe this is the 4th year, and we use it because the people that work here, the volunteers, are extremely well trained as far as all the new tax code, which a lot of people are not aware of, the new tax breaks and stuff like that, and they do a fantastic job.
It's a program that is appreciated, and I think that's one of the reasons the volunteers keep coming back. They feel this appreciation. They can give the service that they feel comfortable giving.
I just recently retired. I've been doing my own taxes for 20 plus years. So I was looking for something kind of to give back to the community, something that I could do to keep myself occupied during the winter months.
Nearly 160 volunteers in South Dakota, just like Randall Lindquist, helped prepare more than 10,000 tax returns at a dozen sites across the state. For volunteers like Lindquist, the reward is knowing they're making a difference.
It's been very satisfying for me to be able to help these people, save them some money in doing their taxes sometimes, and just the expense of having taxes done, because it's relatively complex for a lot of these people, and I think we make a difference to the community by being able to do this. So it's been fun.
Lenny, why is the AARP Tax Aid program such an important program?
Well, most of us consider taxes to be very intimidating. With the Tax Aid program, you have trained professionals who will help you to work through all of your tax problems and do the forms for you. In fact, this past year, over $650,000 went into the pockets of South Dakotans who used our Tax Aid service. So it's a wonderful, wonderful program.
And so for someone who might want to volunteer, do you really have to be an accounting whiz to be a Tax Aid volunteer?
We would love to have accountant whizzes. However, whatever walk of life you're in, we can find something for you. We have training available for not only the Tax Aid preparers, but the greeters and the computer support people from all walks of life. If you have an interest in being a volunteer in that program, just let us know, and we'll find a way to put you to good use.
Driver safety program, Tax Aid, just two of the wonderful things that AARP does all across the country and the state of South Dakota. What else does AARP have to offer someone who might want to volunteer?
Well, we have all kinds of opportunities. If you're interested in advocacy, we'll find a place for you. If you're interested in doing community service in your own hometown, improving your community, we'll find a place for you.
Wonderful. Well, Doris Ann, Lenny, thank you very much for being with us to talk about the important work that AARP does. We hope you've all learned a bit about what AARP South Dakota has to offer, whether it's advocacy, educational resources, or volunteer opportunities. And if you'd like to learn more about anything you heard today, or if you are interested in becoming an AARP volunteer, we encourage you to visit our website at www.aarp.org/SD. email us at sdaarp@aarp.org or call us toll-free 1-866-542-8172. Thank you for watching.